Guys, hi, how are you everyone? We're here today with Taimoor Siddiqui and I will let him introduce himself. He is quite a star in Pakistan right now in terms of environmental activism. So over to you, Taimoor.
Hello, everyone. My name is Taimoor Siddiqui. I'm founder of Project Clean Green. For a period of 6 years, I have been working and volunteering for the promotion of sustainable development goals and have been working quite into the climate action and climate awareness programs.
Awesome. So what would you say is your job title, Taimoor?
Currently, I am the founder and CEO of Project Clean Green. Basically, it was a social action project that we started in University of St. Jamshoro back in 2016 under the collaboration of British Council Active Citizens Program. So it was like from 2016 to 2019, we did that social action project where we did a lot of work like seminars, educational programs. Beside this, we did a great part of the plantation. Like for instance, in the university, we planted more than 1,000 trees, which are still sustainable, and that is our great success. Back in 2019, our award was selected globally for the Best Social Action Project Award. Beside this, in 2021, there was an opening by the British Council Active Citizen Program under COP26 Youth Engagement Challenge Fund. So in that, we applied for that, and fortunately, we were lucky enough and we were part of one of the projects who got selected for this funding and grant of £3,000 by the government of the UK and the British Council. So right after that, I thought an idea, why don't I convert my project into a social enterprise where would I can earn and also create some of the job opportunities for some of the youngsters. So from that social action project, I created this project Clean Green, and we were at the start at the university, but after that, after winning that funding, we came at the city level and reignited our project over here. And what we did in this project that we trained a cohort of 30 young climate activists in Hyderabad, Pakistan. And then after training them for 2 days and equipping them with all of the vital concepts of climate change and mitigation and COP26 and whatsoever is going around and whatever they can do to mitigate the climate change at the individual level and community level or at the national level. We just trained them for 2 days, and after that, we created 6 groups, dividing them into the teams of 5. And we also divided our city in a way that we divided in 6 divisions, and then inducted these 6 teams in 6 different divisions of our city, where they implemented their social action projects for I think 6 months. And over there, they conducted these the thing which we have been doing, like seminars, awareness trainings, workshops. Along with that, we are proud to say that in the year 2021, we were able to plant more than 5,000 trees, only in University of Sindh, University of Shah Ala Sumro University, that is in Jamshoro, and also some of the community parts of Hyderabad city. The most unique thing in our program that we started Project Clean Green was that after training these young climate activists, we did not leave them. We engaged them in a 5-month long online mentorship program. So in that, what I did, as I mentioned, when we won that award in UK, so I met some of the young climate activists over there. I met some of the friendships over there. And when we started this project, we invited them as our mentors. So we made this program at the global level. And like where I was also the official youth delegate of Pakistan at the pre-COP conference that took place in Milan, Italy. So before going that, I made some of the connection with these young climate activists across the globe and invited them as our mentors. And they mentored our young climate activists, and it was something new for them because getting mentorship from the people who are doing the same work but in the different part of the world. Some of them were from global south, some of them from the global north. So it was quite a successful project that we did. One more thing about the project that is a special, that we also created an internship program for some of our trained participants. So who the people, the youngsters who were like quite more into our project. So we also provided them with some of the internship for 3 months, and we paid them around 10,000 per month in shape of the stipend to these young climate activists.
That sounds wonderful and amazing. Very inspirational. Thank you. Can you describe a typical day at work, basically?
I would say if something which is your passion becomes a profession of yours, so it becomes quite easy for you to do the work. For instance, I'm not bound to do like 9 to 5. It's like if I'm sitting here and want to do the job, so I can do it by sitting anywhere because I just have to engage the people. But when comes the part of the designing and implementing the project, so we have to just like sometimes we have to work full day because it's like you and your team is sitting and you have to design each and everything. For instance, if we are designing some sort of a training, I would give you an example. Recently, we won a micro grant under the Asia Pacific Regional Youth Environment Forum. So it was a small grant, but yet we have to design a thing. So it was like that we spent our full days to design that thing. We conducted an in-person training for 50 people, and beside that, we implemented the same project. Like we, after training them, we also conducted a online mentorship program, and then dispatching them in their communities. After that, you have to report all of these things to your donors and etc. So it's like when you have to give your time in order to collect the things in one manner. So it can be hectic sometimes. But beside this, I enjoy doing all of this.
Perfect. Thank you. So I know you've talked about it previously as well, but is there any project that you're working on right now or that you'd like to describe in detail to us?
Currently, we are doing our own project, like in is a part of our sub project in Project Clean. We what we are doing that we have now changed the city. For instance, we were doing it right recently in the Hyderabad. We finished that project. Now we are doing the same project in the rural part of the city. For instance, we have started the same project in Kashmir. We have collaborated with some of the local organizations and we have applied for some other fundings. So we have started that project in Kashmir because that's quite a rural part of Sindh, and people over there basically think that climate change is a myth. So our target was to go to the towards the audience who are like more vulnerable towards the concept of climate change and change their mindset that this is the thing that actually exists, and you are the people who can come forward and play your individual role at the community level and even at the city level. So currently we are doing that project with the collaboration of an organization by the name of Youth Ideology and have been implementing that in Kashmir city.
Perfect, thank you. So Taimoor, in terms of education, did you pursue any of this in your university or did you not and you just like came up with the idea? If you did not, then can you explain to us the sort of career path that led you here?
Okay, so it's quite funny. I just wanted to be a doctor. Fortunately, I was selected for the seat of the medical, but I did not pursue it because it was not of my choice. Then I took admission in BS English. So my degree is in English linguistics. I've done my bachelor's in English linguistics. So it was like I was more into the social activism from the very start. Like in 2015, when I entered the university, I was studying for my like degree, but also I was more into the social activism. And from that very first training that I took, I decided that this is a good field which we can pursue and we can engage people in the communities, and it can provide me a lot of opportunities as compared to if I'm pursuing this degree. That is fine. I can also become a teacher, and I am a teacher. I have been teaching some of the students, but for me it was like to pursue this field as a profession. I decided after I was given a contract by UNDP Pakistan. I have served UNDP as civic education youth volunteer back in 2018 and 2019. So over that, it was like an opening moment for me that that introduced me to the corporate world and the development world, that how the things work over here. So right after that, it was like that I'm going to pursue this way. And Alhamdulillah, I'm pursuing this and in a very good manner. Like I'm also earning, and beside the earning, I've been enjoying the work that I've been doing.
Awesome. So would you say that a lot of volunteerism and a lot of enthusiasm led you here?
Certainly, we can say that. I would just share a small story that when we started our project back in 2016 at University of Sindh, there was not a single dustbin in our department. So what we did, we just collected donations. We used our own pocket money. At that time, I used to give tuitions to students. So I used to earn 1,500. So at the first time, I was like, I spent all of these in buying the dustbins and placing in our university. So in 2017, means like that was a successful project. And even after spending 6 to 7 years, the dustbins are still there. And it was like the project that we did, it was successful. And I was into the volunteerism very start. So in 17 we won the best social action project award, and 19 when I was selected for the international award in the UK. So people used to say me that, yet you started from dustbins and now you are going to the UK just on the sake of the dustbin. So I said that it's not about the dustbins or the plantation I have done. It's about my time that I have spent with the people. I have spent doing volunteering. If you would have done this, you would have the same. But it was like that. It depends on the perception, how you take the things. It wasn't like that I'm investing my time and I won't be getting anything. It wasn't like that. I was pretty sure that if I'm giving my time, in the return I'd be getting finest things. So it was like, I got the opportunity to go to UK, represent my project over there. And then alhamdulillah, after in the pre-cop conference in Milan, so I was the official youth delegate, and there was only two from the whole Pakistan, and one of them was me. So it was like cherishing moment for me. And recently I was also selected by the British Council to attend a global report launch at the in Sri Lanka. And Dr. Mohsin was our facilitator who's working at the UNDP. So yeah, it's like that you just start from nothing and now you are here and teaching people and showing off your experiences and engaging more people and motivating them to come forward and do the thing.
Thank you. That sounds very inspirational. So, Taimoor, did you ever think you would be doing what you're doing right now, or was this never part of your plan?
Well, till 2018, I was like more into the CSS kind of things. Yet I am still in these things. I've been attempting commissions, and Alhamdulillah, I have cleared some of the commissions. Like I've cleared some of the commission in the provincial side and some of the lectures. But pursuing this job is like something that provide me a joy, a feeling that I am doing something for my people. I am engaging people because I'm more of a field worker. Whenever I go into the fields, I talk to people, and it's like that throughout this journey of 6 to 7 years, I've engaged more than 20,000 people and visiting them in their communities, like from the lower class to the higher class, and you are just going and seeing that how they are perceiving the concept. We have the same concept of climate change, but just going into the very rural part of Pakistan and seeing that how they are pursuing and going up to the very higher part of Pakistan, higher class of the Pakistan, who do not even think about these kind of things, and taking their perception, meeting them. So it provides you with a lot of experiences that how people perceive the same concept with different perceptions, and what would be the outcomes of their perception. Because when people perceive something, they also try to implement or imply that same thing in their groups, in their families, in their communities. So this shows that how perceptions can lead you anywhere. So yeah, I've been enjoying it.
Awesome. That sounds so exciting and inspirational. Again, sorry, I keep on using the same word, but that's the only word I can think of. In terms of like your job, whatever you do in clean and green energy, Pakistan, and other company, other activities that you've been doing, what do you think are some of the takeaways that your job brings to the environment? Like, what kind of work do you do that sort of saves the environment or climate activism in your area of expertise?
For instance, the work I've been doing is directly connected to the society. So I would be saying that the work that I have been doing at first is creating green jobs. Because for instance, if you are providing some people kind of the opportunity, like I've been giving the internships to the students, so it's the part of our project, and it is in sense creating a green job for the people. Beside this, we our through our work, we have been impacting people, and we are bringing social behavioral change into the mindset of the people. For instance, if we are doing our work and we see people and we guide them, and now they change their perception and they do the things that we are telling them according to the facts and figure. So it is bringing a social behavioral change in his identity. And if we are doing the same with the community, it means that is bringing the social behavioral change in that community. So we have observed these things, we have collected data, and through this job, we have found that there is a social behavioral change. We are creating green jobs. So, and for the future, we are thinking to expand our plans. Like from the Sindh province, now we are thinking to go global. and at the national level. I would just share a small idea that is going on in the Kamyab Jawan program that is going on, that is being launched today by the British Council with the collaboration of the British Council. So the core idea for that project was taken from the project that we have been doing. Like Project Green Mean was the basic idea that was chosen by the British Council in order to collaborate that Kamyab Jawan program. We gave some of the ideas to launch that Green Youth Movement and the climate clubs that they have been launching. So the idea that we are giving is not only creating the social behavioral change, but now you can see that it has spread it on the national level. So this is how it's working.
Wow, interesting. So in terms of like well-being, what makes you happy in your particular role that you're doing?
Can you please elaborate a bit more regarding this question? How would you define the well-being?
Well-being in terms of like career well-being, in terms of what mental, physical, what makes you motivated to do your job, or what are the certain elements that you enjoy doing in your job?
I would say that meeting youngsters and taking their views and meeting some of the, like for instance, if we are doing our work, so we would be starting from individuals, then we'd be going to the communities, then we'd be meeting the stakeholders in the communities, and then we would be going up to the policy level next. So I enjoy all of these phases, like taking the ideas from the individuals, implementing that in communities, taking the results from them, taking their recommendations from there, then presenting them before the policymakers that these are the demands, these are the recommendations of the communities. They want these kind of things to be implemented in their constituencies. So this is the part that I enjoy very much. And if we talk about mentally, so it's quite soothing that you enjoy your passion as a profession. But I would say that financially it's need to be uh, upgraded a little bit because it's like I am enjoying my passion, but not in terms of the financial. Uh, in terms of finance, I'm not getting that much, which I would have, but yet it's like it's my passion, so I have to follow that. In terms of finance, we are thinking to upgrade our model, and we are thinking to collaborate more with the people, with more of the organizations. And before from this funding part, we are moving towards that equity part, that we should start some kind of a bigger enterprise from the very idea that we are carrying, and we should go towards that equity, and we should make it a freelance model, or we should make it some kind of entrepreneurship model that can be pursued by the other as an example.
Perfect. So you love field work, you're a legwork man. Okay. So in terms of like, let's say we want to inspire young people to do more green jobs. So what would you suggest are the skills and experience you need for your particular area, what you're working on? Like to young people, how would you advise them that if they want to reach where you are? Sorry.
I would say that we would have to first see that how these youngsters have that passion or not, because passion matters a lot. You have to sacrifice a lot of things. For instance, at some point I sacrificed studying. At some point I would say, but at some point I also sacrificed doing the thing that I love to do. So if you have the passion, so it won't nothing would be hard for you, because a hard worker can achieve everything. Nothing is impossible for a hard worker and a person with a passion. You would be seeing a lot of examples across the globe that have been. For instance, if we take the example of Greta Thunberg, she just started with climate strikes. Now she's a global leader. She's been invited as a panelist by the people who make the policies of the world. So she had was the passion. So if a youth, and Pakistan, if according to the report by the UNDP Pakistan has a youth bulge of 65% of the total population. So we can just understand that how these youth can be engaged in, and people of the Pakistan have the passion, but they do not have these opportunities. So sometimes they have to create these opportunities, and sometimes they have to look forward and they have to search. Because right now I am here, I have been searching a lot of opportunities that where I can engage. And since 2016, I have been searching the opportunity which led me here. Still, I'm searching in search of the opportunity that where I can use my USPs, and where can I use my experiences to engage youth, and how can I become more of a decent person by learning the things that I want to have with me. because there's no limit in learning. You can learn at any time, anywhere. All you need is the capacity to understand and unlearn, then relearn, because you can be wrong at many occasions. So you have to like remove all of that and learn something new and then implement that. And till the time you are in here at the earth, you have to do that. And that would bring a lot of charm to your personality, and would also bring the wisdom that you want to have. So the advice for the youth is keep looking for the opportunities. I know this condition in Pakistan are quite hard for the youngsters. Even people from like me are struggling even after achieving all of that. But yet, if you are a hard worker, you can achieve anything. Just be there, look out for the opportunities, collaborate with the people, be humble, and you'd be there.
Thank you. That is a very humble answer as well. So let's talk about money, the important question. Does your current job meet your financial expectations, or would you like is there room for improvement, let's say?
Well, if you're talking about money, there is always a room for improvement. To be honest, it's not meeting my financial expectation. As I said, in Pakistan, conditions are quite high. For instance, if we are getting some kind of the fund from somewhere, we have to divide that with how it be using that for the program, and how it be dividing for the interns, and how much I'd be keeping it. That's why I said the idea that from now this fund idea we need to convert to the entrepreneurship, where we can also earn, and we also can send our project. So right now, like from this green jobs, I'm not making that much, but from other sources, I've been doing facilitation, I've been giving freelance lectures, and I've been doing working as a trainer for some of the organization. They hired me as a trainer, as a consultant. So I've been doing that. But I'm pretty sure that with more collaborations, if I can work out on the model that I'm pursuing, so it won't be a big deal if I work on that. So yeah, it's not meeting the requirements now, but I'm pretty sure soon it would be making.
Perfect. Inshallah. Good luck to you. So in terms of advice, I know you've given like wonderful advice even before this, but is there any particular advice you'd like to give to the youth who would want to do your job? Something very like, let's say, brief.
I'd be saying that focus on your degrees, because, for instance, I have my degree in arts. So, for instance, if I'm applying for the post of the consultant, so they won't be recommending me because I do have the degree in arts, and the degree in arts, for instance, linguistics is of no use to them. But if they are pursuing the same into the MSc in environment and environmentology and different kind of things which are related to the environment, that would be beneficial for them. Also, start to do internships at any moment, because the working experience that you can have at any reputable organization can help you out in the future. Beside this, volunteer as much as you can. You'll be finding a lot of opportunities. Just browse on the internet. Like UNDP is there, who has been providing a lot of opportunities. There was a research innovation challenge recently that was initiated by the UNDP, and there are a lot of challenges and programs that are being provided by many organizations that are working in Pakistan. So just go for that without thinking of the money, that we'll be getting money from there or not. Because if you would be having the skills that you earn from that, that will help you out in getting the professional job and come toward the professional market. And besides, if you are done with your bachelor's, try to pursue the masters into the same field, because into the corporate sector now it has become the demand that you need to have the master's degree in the particular field, and that be giving you the more preferences. So focus on the studies, also do the volunteer work, and do not drop any kind of a volunteer program that can work on your interpersonal skills, intercultural communication skills, and conflict management skills. If you have these kind of skills right now, so you'd be able to stand in a crowd of 100 people, and you'd be able to give the lecture, or you want to translate, you'd be able to interpret the thinking which you have, and you would be ready to convert the idea and to convey the idea that you are taking with you. So work on your interpersonal skills, work on your intercultural communication skills, and conflict management. So these are some advices for the youth. And mashallah, the youth of Pakistan has very high potential, so they can achieve it.
Perfect. Thank you. So just a few questions left. One of my questions that popped up to me was, how do you see yourself in the future, like in terms of career pathway? How do you think you'll evolve in this certain role that you're doing?
Within next year, what my plan is, I'm sitting in the parliament and making policies for my constituency. So this is my plan.
Oh, that is a very interesting, ambitious plan. Good luck to you on that. Very exciting. I'd love to see that. Taimoor, is there anything else you'd like to add about your journey, about your career, about anything that you've learned in recently?
The thing that I have learned is that you have to keep struggling. For instance, I started from a very university, from a very department, and then represented Pakistan at a global level. Over there, I had the chance to facilitate a whole session. So I was feeling like a celebrity who is sitting in the United Nations. Although that was the conference by the United Nations, but it was an achievement for me. I for like that a person who is from a very small city of Pakistan like Hyderabad and a university, a public sector university would be sitting somewhere with the people who are making and legislating the policies for the whole world. So you can imagine it's just a hard struggle, hard work, and dedication to your path. If you have that, you can achieve anything. I wouldn't have thought that I'd be going to Sri Lanka. I wouldn't have thought I'd be going to Milan and representing myself. But it was my hard work. I just shot it off that I've been doing this and now I want to do that. As I said, that I want to see myself in the parliament in the next 10 years. So for that, I have started to struggle from right now. I've started to do the work. I've started to make connections. I've started to facilitate people. I've started to engage the people. So God knows what would happen, but I do have a plan. So it's like you need to set your bars. If you are like here, so always go for here. So this would provide you some kind of a motivation that if you can take it, you can make it. All you need is the firm belief that you have that potential and you are above all. You do not need to get afraid of anyone. If you have the power, you have the motivation, there would be some kind of distractions, there would be some kind of barriers in your journey, but be motivated and just go on your path and you'll be there finally.
Thank you so much. This was lovely, Taimoor, and thank you to the movers who are attending this interview today. Good luck for the future, and thank you so much for joining us today. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much.